Hello there. I'm Scotty. No, we're not. Yesterday, we had the worst of 2024, and today we're going to talk about the best of 2024 for me personally. It's a subjective list. It's all. I didn't switch the stacks. Hold on a minute. Hold on. I'm back. So this list was probably worse to make, harder to make than the first one. This list was probably harder to make than the worst of list because, like I said, I didn't see a lot of movies this year. I have a list, all those there, but I don't know. There's just not a lot that caught me. Like I said, I didn't see Gladiator 2. I didn't see, Wicked. I didn't see, And the one Godzilla film from this year did not make it on my list. I was trying to figure it out, but I didn't like it as much as these other ones. But coming in at number 10, and some of you might roll your eyes, I was able to catch this. And I know it's technically still in theaters, but I was able to catch it because they had to make their money back, put it on Amazon Prime. So we watched it last weekend, or a week, not this weekend, the weekend before. Christmas movie, Red One. Yes. And you really? That's on your list? A lot of people don't like this movie, and I don't get why. It has a charm to it. It's actually a pretty good movie. And they really set themselves up for failure with it because it cost $250 million to make. But they tried to be smart. I don't know if it worked. They released it in the theaters, and then within like a week or two, it's streaming on Amazon Prime. And so they're trying to make their money back. Trying to do that. Although it's free on Prime, so I don't know how that works. You're not paying for it. But anyway. And the basic story here is that The Rock is a bodyguard for Santa Claus, and he gets kidnapped, and he has to team up with someone who's on the naughty list, played by Chris Evans, to take him down. But I said to my son, I said, this movie's kind of stupid. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, it's essentially The Rock and Captain America have to save Santa Claus from a big giant ogre witch. And he's like, that does sound kind of stupid. It is. And you could tell where that $250 million went. A lot of CGI stuff. But I thought it was pretty well done. So, Number 9, being my most recent review, Speak No Evil. American remake. It was unintentionally the first in my new series, Lost in Translation. The title means nothing. It's just a title, something I wanted to use. And this is really good. A lot of people will complain, why they get back to Bunny? I think it really works in this one with the Bunny. And James McAvoy is really good. And like I said in my worst off, this feels more like an A24 film than Blumhouse. This feels like a movie that was made and they needed a distributor and like, Blumhouse will take it. But it feels more A24 than Blumhouse to me because it's one of those higher echelon of horror. But Blumhouse has those fun, cool type thing. It's like this and Y2K were put to the wrong studios. You look at this feels like A24. You look at Y2K, that feels like Blumhouse. It's like they put out the two movies and the wrong studios bought them. Because, Y2K looks very much Blumhouse. This looks very much A24. It's like they were wrong. But I'll never know about Y2K because I will not watch it. Anyway, unless I want to hate review it. It could be a fun review, I guess. But no, this was really good. Number 8 is going to be Terrifier 3. And yes, it is very low. A lot of people will put it higher up on their list, but for me, I enjoyed it. I like the second one better. nothing happens. Not really. There's, we're dealing with Sienna. It's been 5 years and everything. Everything is just her dealing with trauma. There's no real plot movement. Key characters are killed off screen, and it feels like stuff was cut or never filmed. Like Jonathan dies off screen. He was a major character in the last one. I have issues, but I can still say it is a good movie, and I put it on this list. So number 7, Lisa Frankenstein. This was good. I'm a fan of that was the Megan Fox movie. Jennifer's Body. It's right there. Jennifer Body, which was written by Diablo Cody. She directed this one. Was it Karen? Zelda Williams directed. That's right. But yeah, this was nice little teenage. It's PG-13, but it's still good. I think it works. It has that teen flair to it. You could tell it was written by Diablo Cody. I said in my review, that if it was allowed to be rated R, I think maybe they could have made it more. Because, like, Jennifer's Body is rated R, and it felt like the dialogue was held back in this compared to Jennifer's Body because this is PG-13. But it's still a good movie. Number 6. If you can feel it, chase it. It's Twisters. The remake of Twister. Yes, right. I refuse to call it a sequel. This is a remake. And I really enjoyed it. I think it takes, unlike Alien Romulus, it takes the winks and nods, flips them on their head, makes them work. Like, we have Tyler, Glenn Powell. Oh, he's the Jonas character. He's going to be the bad guy. No, actually, it's the people that the other 2 characters work for that are the bad people. And he's actually one of the good guys, and he does good things. And yeah, it works. And Tornado stuff still looks really good. It should be. It's now 2024. So, you think it should look good. They look good back in 1996. But, yeah. Still wish we could have gotten what they promised us. Not what Helen Hunt wanted to do. But, I don't know. It just... Still good, though. Alright, number 5. Top 5 now. The Fall Guy. I'm basing this on the theatrical cut. I liked this movie. Having seen the trailers, I'm like, that could be okay. This was actually really good. Ryan Gosling, not Reynolds. Ryan Gosling gives it his all. He's really good. Emily Blunt's really good. Even Aaron Taylor Johnson, who's sort of an antagonist in this, is really good. Didn't care for the agent who ends up being the villain. She's very stock. Very much, I have to save my client, so I'm blaming you. And yeah. But I thought it was really well done. Number 4, Late Night with the Devil, which will probably higher on others' list. This was good. My biggest problem was that there's a lot of things that happen in this movie that are questionable if they're actually happening. The whole ending thing, I don't know. Did any of this actually happen, or was it all in his head? But Dustin Hoffman gives one of his best performances. He's always like a bit part actor in a lot of movies. This is his big starring role, and he's really good in this. I like the idea of this is like a last broadcast of a show, horribly wrong, and it's really well done. And I think it works well for what they're doing. I wish Walmart would have given me a sport more than a DVD, Walmart. But yeah. Number 3, If it's good. If. Yeah, I know, you're probably going, really? That's number 3? Something about this movie. I shared the story about this movie, and the timing of when this came out connects to what I've been going through this year. I will give an update on my mom, by the way, in my end of the year video. Just to sort of give an update to people who want to know what's going on. So, but this... really, really good. Ryan Reynolds is really good in this. The whole story, yes, the twist, you can sort of see it coming, but I think it still works. And, in my review, I mentioned the one scene with the Tina Turner song that felt like it was out of nowhere. It's not needed. I have listened to that song. I've watched the scene so many times after that, and I don't know. I really like that scene now. It has a purpose, but it does feel like it's just there to kind of pad out the runtime a little bit, but it's still, it's really well done. Way to go, John Krasinski. Number 2. And not to spoil my other list, but this is my favorite horror movie of the year, Abigail. A movie that, if I did not know... See, there's people who said, well, the trailer spoiled the twist. That she was a vampire. Shouldn't have done that. But then you can argue that quite a few people wouldn't have gone to see this if they didn't know it was a vampire movie. Me, myself included. Because, Abigail, okay, well, a little ballerina girl gets kidnapped. Vampire movie, I'm in. Let's do this. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Sammy, fucking onions. Just, yeah. This was really good. I want to show this to my son. I think you'll like it. It's fine. There's not a lot of stuff. This is well done. And the acting is great, But from the guys that gave us Ready or Not, Scream, 5 and 6, this was really good. And I can't wait to see what the next project, Ready or Not, does. Or Ready or Not. Radio Silence. No, Radio Not was a movie. Radio Silence was people. But number one, if you know me, you know what number 1 is. Let's fucking go. It's Deadpool and Wolverine. This delivered every single facet. A lot of people were disappointed by the cameras. Oh, I wanted more. What more? The only thing that I didn't like is that they teased us with names like, Daredevil, Ghost Rider. Was it Ghost Rider or Daredevil, Punisher, and one other one? Well, why didn't we see them? But I like the winks and nods. I don't like you. You never did. Just, yeah. Some people would have wanted a more straightforward sequel to Deadpool. I was hoping when the third film, back when the second one came out, the one thing I remember saying was, I hope the credits thing was just a gag, and we don't reference it to the next one. His girlfriend's still dead, and we move on. Because the one thing about that movie, and you say, you can't take it seriously. I'm sorry, but saving Vanessa destroys the entire movie, in my opinion. If Vanessa doesn't die, he doesn't wander around figuring out what's next. He stays and starts a family. He doesn't make X-Force. He doesn't join the X-Men. He doesn't encounter Fire Fist. He doesn't make the X-Force. Nothing within the plot of the film happens. The only thing that does happen is that Cable shows up. But I don't know if then the plot would actually go the way. Would it? Or would the kid just be locked up? Maybe he does do something. He does. I think the kid still does kill. So that Cable would still show up. But the fact he's not in this movie is confusing. They never even mention him. Which is the time travel thing. They never even mention what happened to Cable. Although I can assume, since it was fixed. And that's another thing. They make a big deal about, you're stuck here now. Which is from the comics or something. But now they fix it and he can go travel through time. This is why I was saying, well, you have to retcon that where it didn't actually happen. Or why is he still there? And then it didn't come back, so I don't know. But this was good, so I'm complaining about. This was really good. And this is really the best case scenario for a Deadpool movie. Bring Wolverine back. People are like, it's a multiverse film. It's a multiversal saga. Shut up. It works. It really works. It's my number 1 best movie of the year. So, there you go. So, what are your thoughts on my list? Best of the year. Let me comment, so much, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.